Hello everybody, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to solve the problem valid parentheses. So let's check some examples. So this one is a valid parentheses because we have an opening and its corresponding closing one. So it's correct. In the second example, we have opening parentheses and its corresponding closing one, opening square bracket and its corresponding closing one, and the same for the curly braces. So it's a correct and a valid parentheses. But here, if you see, we have an opening parentheses, but we don't have any closing parentheses corresponding to this one. So that means that it's incorrect. So let's see how are we going to solve this problem. So here we have a map that contains the closing brackets as keys, and in the values we have the opening brackets, and here we have a stack. So in order to solve this problem, we will need to use a stack. So let's loop through our string. So let's see the first element. So here we have an opening parentheses. First of all, we need to check if this element is a key in our map. And as you can see, it's not a key. It's a value. But it's not a key in our map. That means that we're going to push that element into the stack. We go to the next element. Here we have a closing parentheses. We check the map and we see that it's actually a key in my map. Now here, what we need to do some checks. We need to check if the stack is empty. Actually here, the stack is not empty, so we're good. But if it was the case, we need to return false, because that means that we had a closing parentheses without its corresponding opening one, because the stack was actually empty, okay? But in this case, the stack is not empty. And the second check is we need to compare the value of that key with the top element of the stack. They must be equal. And in our case, the two values are equal. So we can move it from the stack and continue our algorithm. Now let's move to this square bracket. The square bracket is not a key in our map, so we need to add it in our stack. We go to the next element. Our opening parentheses is not a key in my map, so I add it as in my stack. We have a closing parentheses here. My closing parentheses is again a key in my map, so we need to do the checks. I need to check first of all if the stack is empty. The stack is not empty. That's cool. Now I need to check the value of that key is actually equal to the top element of that stack. And as you can see, they are equal. Good. So I can pop that element. Now I go to my last element, the closing square brackets. The closing square bracket is in fact a key in my map. So I need to do the checks. First of all, I need to check if my stack is empty. The stack is not empty, so that's good. And then I need to check if the value of that key is equal to the top element of the stack. And as you can see, they are equal, so I can remove it from my stack. So at this point, you can say that the string is a valid parentheses. But actually, there is one more check we need to do. We need to make sure that my stack at the end, after looping through my string, we need to check that the stack is in fact empty. And that's the case for us. I'm just going to give you a special example where we could have a stack that is not empty. So for this, for example. So this, for example, we have two opening parentheses, so we're going to just add them, and there is nothing to make us remove them. So at the end, we will still have our two elements in my stack. That's why it's really important to check at the end that my stack is in fact empty. Now let's move on to the coding part. So first of all, I will need a hash map to store my opening and closing elements. So character new hash map. And I need to put my elements. Just gonna copy paste to be faster. Cool. Then we will need a stack. Then we need to loop through our string. I'm going to create a variable to get the current element. Then we need to check if that element is a key. Is a key in our map. If it's not the case, if you recall, what we do is we add it and we push it to the stack. But if it's a key, if you recall, we had to do two checks. The first check is, when you check if the stack is empty. If it's the case, we return false. The second check is we need to see if the top element of my stack is equal to the value of my current character. And if it's not the case, we return false. And we could actually improve that by merging them to one if statement. And at the end, I showed you a specific example where it's really important to add and to check if the stack is empty after looping through our element. Okay, I think we are good. I'm gonna run the code, hopefully. Oh, we've made a mistake. Yes, it's a function, not a member variable. Okay, it's true, we submit. Yeah, it's correct. Great. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.